Greetings. I'm listening.
Good to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there.
And you are?
Light be with you.
You come to consult the spirits?
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Shiny. Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Sail here, me buy and trade. What?
Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love World of Warcraft and love making many alts. Today is Monday, July 8th, 2019, and this is episode 621 entitled Killing Things and Having Fun. I'm Aprillian, your host, and with me are two of my favorite people and my co-host. How are you, Constrax?
I'm feeling fantastic. Are
you killing things and having fun?
I'm embracing the stealthing around while in war, having my war mode on and avoiding combat as much as possible.
Okay.
Because before a certain time of day, it's all alliance, and after a certain time of day, it's all horde. So it all depends when people bring their friends on to do Gone. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha. And Grand Negus, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. We are going to get to that in my segment. I'm not going to.
Is it hot over there?
No, it's not. It's 11 Celsius, so it's almost like Siberia cold.
We've had 90s. I don't know what that is for you, but it's really hot. But today has been great. I've had the windows open. I'm trying my best not to run the AC all the time because the bills are just ridiculous. Down where my family is in DC, they have flooding. I mean, lots and lots of flooding. Cars stuck on streets and highways. Water coming into the metro tunnel. That's kind of creepy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But, up here it's been a very nice day, very nice weekend. So what do we have going on? Of course, Dark Moon Fair. Midsummer's Festival is over. And now we are into Dark Moon Fair. Too bad they didn't overlap. That would have been...
they rarely do.
Yeah.
Because we have that... it's always in the third week,
right?
And of June, and most oftentimes it's the second week where we get the Dark Moon Fair. So from time to time it might overlap by 2 days or whatnot, but it's like really rare. What else do we have? We have the Eternal Palace, the raid, the new 8.2 raid.
Oh, nice.
It opens tomorrow after reset. After maintenance, it opens on normal and heroic difficulty. So sometime tomorrow night or Wednesday morning, depending upon where you are on this planet, we'll get to watch if we want to. If we want to get spoiled, we get to watch the cinematic, the final cinematic of the raid, and see what's going to happen with that. Except for that, we have Pet Battle Bonus Week.
Oh, yeah.
Like we mentioned last week, we are not going to have a Super Squirt Day because we had a Squirt Day, I think, a week and a half ago.
Right.
That's like on a, 5-week rotation?
Something like that.
Something like that. So that's not going to happen this time around. I haven't checked when the next one is going to be because the chart that's up on, I think, WoW Pets, Warcraft Pets,
Yeah.
only was good for January through June. So they didn't have a chart ready when I last looked, which is a couple of weeks ago, at least, if not a month. They didn't have a chart up on the website for the second half of the year. So, but yeah, the other thing, let's see, is there something more that I missed? No, the luminaries, apparently the new micro holiday starts on Saturday, and it's GG Engineering has discovered luminescent creatures in the depth of Bashir.
Oh.
They need your help to research the creatures before they disappear into the deep sea once again. So it's GG Engineering. So for all the engineering fans out there, that's like something that you should check into, and I'm definitely going to do that.
Right.
It's on Sunday, the whole day, from 12:01 to 11:59 p.m. So, and of course, Dark Moon Fair ends on Saturday, 11:59. So make the best of it. If you don't have your rep where you want it, with regards to the new reps for the flying, now is the chance to get the 10% bonus. Yeah, basically, that is what's going on this week. Something we wanted to talk about, and Constructs made this wrote this text, I think it was you probably, yeah, about the Water Striders. Let me just check something. Just want to make sure that I'm not saying anything that is not correct, because we don't want that.
No.
Obviously. There were two, and we mentioned that last time we talked about the mount equipment, but we wrote that down so you can see it on the show notes. Two Water Striders. The first one is the most common one, is the Anglers one.
Yeah. Azure.
The Azure Water Strider. You need Exalted Rep for that. And the other one is the Crimson Water Strider. That one you can get from Net Pagel in your garrison.
Yeah, the garrison.
With what?
You need currency that you need to fish up. You need to fish in your garrison, and then you need to turn it into Net Pagel, and he gives you currency.
Okay.
And I think, or is it you fish up the currency? I can't remember.
You fish up a number of random coins that Net Pagel will trade for 100 coins, I guess.
Yeah, the 100 coins you need, that's the price of the Water Strider, is 100 coins, but they are like really rare and far between.
Yeah.
You need 3, 4, 5 hours, I would imagine, to...
I would wager more than that. It's really a long grind.
Yeah, a long grind. Also, what you can do with regards to the Angler's rep, since it is Pandaria rep, you can get the each of the Pandaria factions has that special item you can buy. You can buy it once you reach Revered with any of the factions, and it's a use item, and it unlocks for your entire account a 100% rep buff increase. So you get double the rep for any of your tunes that gains rep from that point on forward. So if you have a new level 1 tune and you send them a rep token from Pandaria, which is possible because it is a non-bound item, and then you learn them with that level 1 tune, that level 1 tune will get double the rep.
Wow.
So theoretically, that's possible. And that makes the grinding of the Angler's rep so much faster. In addition to that, you can go and the next time around, the time walking, any time walking comes around, you can go, the next time the Pandaria time walking comes around, you can go and buy rep tokens for the Anglers faction. 250 rep per token, plus 100% from the buff, if you have it, makes 500 rep per token, which costs 25 or 50, I can't remember. I think 25, but don't quote me on that. I think 25 rep per or batches per rep token. So that is another fast way to get to your exalted rep with any tune, because you really only need, I would wager, about 250. And if you have a tune that's really determined, and you have upwards of 1,000 or 1,500 from a couple of months worth of time walking, you can easily get through the entire rep grind by just turning in, I'll say, 200 maybe tokens. Do the math, because like I said, it's the 100% rep increase that really makes the difference.
Right.
So that is that the one Angler's Water Strider is really easy to come by. Once you get that and you relog, you learn the mount, and you log out of that tune and you log into any of the other tunes that are, I think, 100 or higher, each of those tunes will have a mount equipment, water striding, water walking in their mailbox. It is not 180 days like most of the items that you get from the devs. It is a mere normal 30-day cooldown. So make sure you look in your mailbox every time you log into it, when you do that procedure, or haven't logged into a tune since 8.2 launch, that is 100 plus. Go to your mailbox, check and get that item out of the mail. So if you don't log into that tune for the next 30 days, it's going to be gone. And you don't want that. It costs 40 gold to buy it. And I mean, you might not need it all that much, but it's still 40 gold.
Right.
So another thing I would quickly want to talk about for our European listeners. Blizzard originally announced that WoW Classic on the European BattleNet would not have any localization beyond English. And apparently quite a few people from several countries were not amused. So after some deliberation and some thinking about it, apparently, Blizzard announced a couple of days ago, sometime last week, that in fact WoW Classic in Europe will launch with French and German servers from day one.
Okay.
Wow.
So they have rethought that thing, and we are going to see French and German servers from day one. And like I said, contrary to their original statement, saying that they were only having English language servers. But yeah, so
They came to their senses.
basically, yes. Another thing is that after 1 week of apparently after the first week after launch of 8.2, the artifact knowledge has resumed, which means that artifact knowledge stacking higher means that you need less Azerite to gain the next level of your Heart of Azeroth. I think someone said 30% less from week to week. But I'm not, again, that's some number that I think I remember. I haven't checked it out. So it is definitely going down. And you will have an easier time now getting to that. I think 65 is the highest number you need to get to unlock the third slot for your essences. In your Heart of Azeroth with the new system, you will be only be able to equip up to 3 essences in your Heart of Azeroth. There are going to be, I think, 5 passive threshold abilities that give you, I don't know, like 3 or 5% stamina each. But those are just passive things that give you a bit of stamina, nothing active that gives you the ability or give you another slot to equip the essence. And the last thing I want to talk about before we get to our weeks is a change that they made to Mechagon. Last week I talked about me getting my Mechano Kitty out. And we talked about the item, the epic item that you need that costs 35,000 gold at the vendor. That item is not available from vendors anymore.
Wow.
You will only have them drop now. Whether they increase the drop chance, I do not know. I'm just saying.
And what do they drop from?
They drop from everything.
Mobs. Oh, everything. Okay.
Everything you kill in or loot in on Mechagon. Can be a trash mob. It can be a rare mob. It can be a chest that you loot.
Oh wow!
It's just different chances, percentages for them to.
I have 8 on me right now, but I bought 2 at the time because I want to be sure to not actually enter them.
Yeah, I have, I think, 11 at the moment.
Yeah.
So they are
for some devices that you build as well.
Yeah, you need them constantly. If you are a builder and you continuously build stuff, you need them eventually. But again, just going over there, getting all the other things, and because you have 5 million gold, go to the vendor buying 4 of these items to get your mount is not going to work anymore. You need to have them drop from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's basically it for now.
All right. Excellent.
I've had a fantastic weekend. WoW. It's very comforting. Those battlegrounds where you're not necessarily putting out more damage, but you feel like you're contributing more by pushing all the buttons all at once. Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Construct, how's your weekend WoW been?
My week has been fairly busy. I went to Najatar for a day, then Mechagon the next day. Then Najatar, then Mechagon, then Najatar, then Mechagon, then Mechagon. I can't help it. There's like this list of 12 rares you have, or no, not 12, like 40 rares you have to kill, and I have 11 left.
Ooh.
So I'm like, if I could just finish that one list, I'm one closer to having the wheel model. And I saw somebody, his wheel dropped off the malfunctioning gorilla.
There are 2
in the middle. So somebody already has one type of wheel, but there's another type of wheel where if you do all the achievements, like the Pandaria Isle of the Timeless Isle achievement, there's an achievement that has 12 sub-achievements, and if you do them all, you get a wheel as a vehicle.
They need a bigger bag achievement.
It's the same exact type of deal.
Yeah.
So I'm unfortunately stuck down that well, where I'm thinking, if I could just get one more rare on my list, then that's one less thing to work on later. Mm-hmm. And then I see all the items that you have to build. So you have to build like rare and expensive items. Mm-hmm. And I got my first paint job drop. Finally, I had a paint job. I got bronze paint job, good old bronze. Mm-hmm. Drop off a rare in a cave. And so when I killed the rare, I instantly got my paint job. And if you do enough quests in the day, you get to one big quest, which is worth 800 and some rep. And that 800 rep with the buff gives you 900 and something if you're human, because I get the buff for being human and I get the buff for the 10% rep. And you get a little bit of a buff if you're in war mode as well. So, like, it all adds up. And I'm still only at 7,000 something, but it, like, every day I go and every day I spend like 2 hours there to try and get every single quest. There's people who do it in like 2 days. I'm not able to be like those people, to be on 24 hours a day and to kill every single rare that comes up. Because I've seen people fly already without the use of the jetpacks. They just have they have everything. So what I've done is if there's a quest for Najatar, I go do 4 quests in there on my rogue, and then I go right back to Mechagon. But on my paladin, I've been doing a few quests where I don't actually do a lot of quests. I just go with my paladin and my mage, and they sort of follow each other. If they're in range, if one scores the quest, it counts on both. Yes, double rep. And for that, I'm already honored, so it's just a matter of time before I get to friendly. And usually I have something on, so that one I don't do it with Warfront on. I, for no particular good reason, have started leveling my druid on Thorium Brotherhood, my troll druid, and I found that sometimes I mess up the ending for the invasions, the incursions. I don't know what I do. I have 3 hours left, or I have an hour left, and when I go to turn in, the turn-in guy doesn't have a turn-in quest for me. So I don't know if I log in at the wrong time, or if I log out while I'm on the last quest, or if I don't pay attention. It's happened to me 3 times. The first time it happened to me is the quest just ended in the middle of nowhere, and there was no turn-in. So I figured I expired the time. I just went too long and I didn't finish in time. And then the second and third time it was on my rogue. I went and I did the quest quickly because I want to have enough for the 700 currency mount. And I see that they've added a ring to teleport, and they've added a 200 currency mount for those people who are don't want to go all the way to 700. Which 700, you have to be pretty insane, because when you do a Warfront, that's 15 medals, and when you do an incursion, that's only 5 medals. So that's not very many medals. But
go and get yourself BFA Invasion Timer.
Oh yeah, that's what I need.
And it will tell you, contrary to the Legion Invasion Timer,
yeah,
BFA Invasion Timer has another new feature.
Oh,
that they added, which is if you mouse over the Legion Invasion Timer bar thingy, there's like a bar that does the countdown for either when the next one is up or how long the current one still will, when it's going to expire. The Legion one gives you a list for the achievement that you need to do, like the achievement to do the 4 zones invasion. It will give you a overview over the count of nether shards that you have and the Legion Fall war supplies that you have. In addition to that, it will tell you when the next 8 invasions will be. With day...
In-flight taxi timer, IP mythic timer. That's not it.
No, it's called BFA Invasion Timer. Like I said, the Legion Invasion Timer will give you a preview of the next 8 invasions. With in the case now, it will tell me from Tuesday 12 p.m. is the next, and the last one on the list is Sunday 9:30 p.m.
Right.
That's the next 8. With the BF8 invasion timer, it will also give you the progress that your tune has with the completion of the frontline warrior in this case, where you have to do all the different zones invasion or incursions. It will give you the list, the count of your 7th Legion or honor-bound service medals, but it will give you the next 8 incursions, but in addition to the day and time, it will give you the specific zone that they are going to be in.
Right.
So you will automatically know where the next zone, what the next zone invasion is. Why is that good? Because if you choose to do it coordinated with an emissary,
yes,
you can coordinate that and maximize the efficiency.
Yes, on my druid, I got both the Zuldazar and the Honorbound and the Invasion.
Exactly. So I have both of the timers running all the time, and the Legion Invasion timer tells me currently next up is in 8 hours, 49 minutes and 50 seconds. With the BFA timer, it will tell me next is Stormsong in 9 hours, 50 minutes and 20 seconds. So if you know that, say at the moment we have the Champions of Azeroth and we have the what are they? The Nashitar people as the emissaries, and let's just say the next one is going to be Tilsgard Sound. So you know that you have until Friday or Friday 5 p.m. is when the next Tilsgard Sound incursion will happen, just as an example. So you can kind of pre-plan those. And I really like that addition that they made, that you can track the location of the incursion with the BFA invasion timer versus the Legion timer.
My friend yanked me off my content on Sunday morning to say, hey, let's go do some mount runs. So I said, okay. And then we got a pet. So I was really, really happy because I didn't have the pet at the time. So
cool.
It all worked out for me. And after that, I was too tired. So I went to sleep for a little bit. And but I came back later on in the evening and I just played to my heart's content. I was really, really having fun in Mechagon, and I could see that the XP was just going faster and faster because as you unlock further progress, you have more quests open. And for me, the way I get rep is usually doing quests. It's not necessarily killing stuff. Occasionally I have an expansion where you have the Shatari Skyguard or something where it's not feasible. You have to kill stuff. But usually I'm lucky and I get away with the easy stuff, what I call it. You know, like you just put on a movie, you do a quest over and over, same quest, different days of the week, and it all works out. Not too complicated. And whatchamacallit, I really had like a lot of fun with War Mode this time around. So I left it on the whole week. I was gonna turn it off on my druid, and I was like, the the Alliance need their kills too, so they can two-shot me as they need. It's not that bad, and it really doesn't take that much longer to get your corpse if you don't have your Wii buff or whatnot. So it's like the druid. I was surprised how quickly I got the questing done on her, because with all the benthic gear, when you go back and you just do regular quests, it's really quick. I mean, pack. You could knock the quests out of the way really fast, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting, have to hit something, then wait for the energy to build up so you can do the other attacks. But with the druid, there's sort of a flow to it. With the feral anyway, where there's almost always a button to push. So I was really happy with that. And so I got a lot of it done quickly. The chat channel on Saturday was just insane. Everybody was calling out targets. And
cool.
It was like, you know how the old Barons chat used to be. That it was like that, such and such is happening here, such and such is happening there. Everyone was chipping in with an event or their 2 bits on a certain spec or flying. I got flying in 4 days and I don't sleep. Like, oh my God. But altogether, everybody was really nice. Nobody complained too harshly. And I really had no downtime. I didn't really have a point in the game where I didn't know what to do, because there's all this stuff with Mechagon, and I don't have it is a good sandbox for me. It's big enough that I can just travel everywhere in 2 minutes and pull whatever needs to die. And some people just farm the Junkwat Depot because there's a lot of rares there that spawn roughly at the hour. So I know in Najatar at the hour there's elites that seem to spawn, and in Mechagon there's the same kind of routine, I want to say, where everyone just sort of pulls in about the same time. And if you have a jetpack or if you have flying, then your allies are all there at the same time. So it's really nice to do the Grizzly Trophy quest, because you never run out of stuff to kill. I mean, there's always something that is worthy of your attention. For my 2 characters that do the bulk of the Warfront stuff, I like having stealth on there, because if I don't want PvP, I don't have to have it. I could just stealth past the raid and then wait for them to leave and then pull. Oh, that's something that happened to me on Saturday. I had an invasion or incursion where nobody showed up. I was the first man on the scene, and it felt like I was by myself, killing every rare by myself. And I didn't feel like I was underpowered. There was always a mob there to help me. So it was a little bit strange. There was always one Kultiran there holding up the 3 elites by himself. Okay. So I wasn't, I didn't feel underpowered on my rogue, which is strange. I don't know if they tweaked up the damage, or maybe if one of the trinkets I picked up really upped the survivability, but it was a lot of fun. And I'm still doing the pet battles on the island of Mechagon, because the pet battles reward you the pet charms, and they reward you rep as well.
Of course.
So it's absolutely fantastic to do that stuff and to have a lot of rep go up at the same time. 100 reps, 100 reps. That can make the difference between ticking over the next day's quest or being stuck with the same quests you had previously. And my wingman, so to speak, he tells me, he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna buy the auction house mount. Like, that's 5 million gold, my friend. Isn't it easier to walk to the auction house than to collect that much?
Right. Wow.
He's like, no, I'm really going to do it. He goes, first, I'm doing this, and then that's my next goal. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, that's really raising the bar. Like, I don't even know when I'm going to get that. Like, if I end up getting it or not. I got 2 auction houses in my garrison, and I'm fairly happy with that one. Like, I could go whenever I need. I don't have to stand in line at the auction house. But as far as the
5 million, wow,
5 million gold dinosaur in your auction house, that's expensive. Like, I mean, you really got to have the guts to spend, I guess, because after that, I mean, unless you're a serious gold maker, you're dead broke. I mean, you're not gonna have a lot of gold left after that. Oh, the cave's closed
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm checking out this cave here, and Grand Negus and I had the explanation earlier. He sort of went around why you can't get there, and I just don't know where to get the item to crawl underneath the storage. They're called the Crumbling Cave, and there's always a rare at the bottom, but I can never get to it. They always kill it first. They're facing the wrong way, and then I end up getting kicked out. Oh, there's 3 different ways to get in there. Okay, I didn't know that. Where's the other cabin entrance? Okay. So it's like Mechagon is like a full toy box, if you want. Like, it's just there's no end in sight. Like, and Grand Negus and I were talking about it at break, and it's just like I never get enough. I really like it on my rogue. I would like
favorite junkyard.
Is what?
Our new favorite junkyard.
Absolutely. Like, this is a spot where you probably would have what's his name? Can't think of his name. The goblin. The biggest and best goblin. Gallywix would have like a luxury palace in here. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, so now if we go with, I've pulled combat, but according to Grand Negus, I'm not going to be able to cash in because I don't have the item to come in here. So I'm gonna.
I mean, like I said,
it out.
If you pull them out,
there's no way. There's like so many little mobs.
Yep.
Pulling the last of my cooldowns, and I'm just barely standing. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I got him. Victory. Oh, there's a little thing on the ground. There you go. Energy cell sold. All right, I'm out of here. So that was fantastic. I don't know.
Anything else doesn't matter. Just kill him, loot him.
Yeah, I killed, I looted him. I don't need to come back
because like I said, it's on a timer. You get booted out. I had it happen twice that we killed him just in the nick of time.
Oh, did you?
And got kicked out before many of us could loot.
Think of it as a palace of mirrors. It's I'm starting to understand how this stuff works a little bit. Oh, it's like the yeah, I got it. Data anomaly, they call it. There he is. Anyway, I haven't really played a lot of my other characters. I played my paladin a little bit. I mailed some other resources to my warlock and to my paladin because they're completely dry. And my rogue, since I do all the quests, I have about 6,000 war resources. So I have quite a bit. I got lucky in that regard. I think somebody needs. I see what's happening here.
Oh,
somebody is not wanting to die, and they killed the Alliance, but they wouldn't kill the Horde. So no worries. I evened it out. I made it 2-on-2 instead of 5-on-1. My other characters went to Dark Moon Fair little bit by little. There's no way. I don't understand how I'm going to get to 7 or 125 or 175 in the new professions. I still haven't gotten any profession to 120, 175. My herbalism is just not ticking over. It's going to 174, and I think my highest, my mining hit 175, but you don't get an achievement for it. It's just like it ticks over. That's it. And I don't know if it counts for part of anything after that, but I'll have to have a look. As far as Najatar, I've only upgraded 3 pieces of gear because I don't enjoy this collecting all the mana pearls for something other than a mount. I would like to have as many mounts as possible. And sadly, after 4 years of podcasting, my headphones have given up. My left ear doesn't work anymore. So I will have to go and spend some money on a headset, which it's not bad. I've gone through 2 microphones and 1 headset. Is really not that bad. I've been more than fortunate in that regard. So I don't mind spending the money because really podcasting is like part of what I do now. It's a lot, like I'm not working right now, and it's part of my recovery. It gets me doing something every day, because otherwise I think I'd just hide under the sheets and wait for the day to end, as somebody so well put it to me one day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much been my week.
Nice. I just finished my next Tinker. I just
awesome.
Created my first 415 red punch card.
Yes, I have one of those.
Yeah, so my item level for the device is now up to 410.
Wow, I'm still at 388. Or the item, I guess, 410 as well, but the overall is 388. I'm a modest rookie.
398 is mine. 398, 90.93. So I'm almost there. 1.07 item level points to 400.
Wow.
But next or tomorrow is when the new season starts.
Yes.
And that is when, I'm not sure, I think I remember they said that they were going to raise the maximum item level cap again, so we should see some higher item levels come in with the rewards for the world quests, as well as for the chests from the emissaries and all that. I think that's what they did the last time. Let's put it that way. So I expect them to do it now as well. Not saying that it's going to happen, but I think that it's only logical that once they start on that mechanic, that they're going to continue with it. So we might see the max for the chests go up from 400 to 415, 425, something like that.
Oh, excellent. Oh, how you doing? I get excited, I get giddy and love making mini alts. My dog is trying to poop for the Horde and for the Alliance. It was funny on my head.
Brilliant. How was your week in WoW?
Oh my God, it has been so stressful, but productive. You know, my main goal now is getting exalted with the Nightfallen. I'm at Revered's 15,791 out of 21,000.
Wow.
Of course, today I've gone to Darkmoon Fair. I got the Wii buff. My biggest fun now is going to Suramar City, the ruins of Uluneth and stuff. It's like constant battle. It's like there's there's these daily quests or whatever you call them. Like today, World Quest, Arkwine Distribution Defendant. Now they're level 10, 110 mobs. I'm doing this at 115, so it's a challenge. It's a big concentration. But I'm winning. I'm getting rep, and I'm having fun. And I'm learning really how to take advantage of the Warlock. Aprillian is my, my main, and I've been enjoying that. I've been bringing April out to get some rep with Nightfallen, but both April and Aprillian recently went to turn in the quest in Shalaran, and we didn't have enough mana crystals or ancient mana, and it's so funny because it's either feast or famine. Most of the time I was getting those purple packages and I was having too much mana to the point where I couldn't open it, and now I don't have enough, so I'm like running around trying to find the crystals. And the biggest thing is I'm not flying. And I finally figured out how to. I know I'm probably doing it wrong, and somebody else could probably tell me a better way. But to get from Shalaran, where I'm Hearth, to Suramar City, it's like up in there's like these walls and no way to get down. And I've been I figured out a way of jumping through the waterfalls because that does less damage. Before I had been actually dying and then running back to my corpse just to get into the city to do these quests. But, of course, that's just crazy. And I don't want to do it when I have the Wii buff. Oh, I was in Darkmoon Fair and I couldn't find the guy with the hat. I should have looked further, but is he not there anymore, or am I? I thought he was.
I don't think he's gone. It should surprise me very much because that's a core feature.
Right. So he must be there somewhere. I thought he was beside the guy that sold the animals, but he wasn't. I'm getting ready to go back over there with another tune.
One thing I would like to ask you before you continue, and I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Have you done the quests to unlock the portals in Shalaran?
I don't think so.
If you go into Shalaran, in through the entrance, and you go to the right.
Oh yeah, the portal that goes upstairs, but there's more than one portal.
There's more than one. There's like 8 or 9 portals altogether.
Okay.
If you do all the quests that you can, and at level 115, it shouldn't be an issue at all.
Well, I'm still 114, so maybe when I.
Or 114.
3.5 bars. 4 and a half bars.
But technically, at 110 is when you can do everything.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the level for for when you can go to Suramar. And since 114 is technically BFA territory, that's not an issue. So what you should do is you should go and check out the quests that you can do in Shalaran, accept them.
Yeah, I've done all the quests there.
There's a quest to go see the sister in the city. Have you done that one?
It hasn't been offered. Right now, all I get is something called Night Fallen.
Okay.
And every once in a while, it seems to.
Yeah, that's the quest for doing the emissary. Doing 4 emissary quests.
Okay.
When you open your map, your zone map, you have that indicator in the lower right or lower left corner.
Oh, okay. But they say the wardens.
Yeah, but there are 3 bubbles up top over and then 4 bubbles below.
Okay.
So if you mouse over the
requires further advancement in the Argus campaign.
Now, Argus is not what you want. Okay. There's either that's on Argus, but there are 2 others. You said there's wardens, and then there must be a third one.
The third one is you'll receive another emissary quest tomorrow.
Okay, so you did the one for
today.
For the one that covered that, and once you do all 3, you get one emissary quest pack per day. So
all right. So I'm getting there. I do go back to my garrison. I'm really amazed at how much the fur fluctuates. Some days it can be 16, some days it can be 32. So I'm kind of like making myself wait for the days that it's 16. Because that just makes more sense to me. And I've been going to my order halls because now I have like oodles of, what do you call those things? Before I had hardly none, but because I'm doing all these order resources. Yep. Oh, and I found out that the stuff that Aprillian can make with her silk, she's got like hundreds and hundreds of silk. Over 1,000 Shadara silk that she can get turned into something that from the guy in the middle of Dalaran. What is it that she gets it turned into? To make, she needs 100 to make something. Oh, why can't I think of what it is? Anyway, so I found out, I have all this stuff and I'm not using it. So I am finding a purpose. I can make primal obliterin and I'm making oblitorium. Am I saying it? Ash. So, I mean.
You don't need that. Don't waste just your valuable mats on Obliterum because it's something, you don't need it.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for letting me know.
It's just crafting something and destroying it right away. You're much better off selling it for what you get.
Actually, I did put this stuff on the auction house and didn't get anything. It didn't sell, so that's why I was thinking.
Yeah, because what Obliterum is for is an increase in item level.
No. I meant the items I crafted. Didn't sell.
No. I'm saying I'm saying it's more valuable to you. What the?
Where? Who?
It's more valuable to you to sell the items that you craft than to turn them into Obliterum.
I I know. I understand that part. But I'm telling you that I put the items that I sold, that I crafted, on the auction house and they didn't sell.
No, that's not... That.
You mean sell to a vendor?
I totally understand that. Selling them for vendor is even more...
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Because Obliterate is totally useless because the upgrade for items that are out of date doesn't make them better.
Okay. All right. Well, that was something interesting to try anyways.
Yeah, sure.
I have that quest log thing going on. That lets me automatically, the arrow thing that we talked about for helping to do quests.
Yep.
It's great for some things. It's not so great for everything.
No, of course not. It's not perfect.
Right. It was actually stopping me from turning in a quest because my quest log was full, and the guy at the Dark Moon Fair, the Tauren that has both the fishing quest and the frog quest, he wasn't letting me turn it in because I couldn't take the fishing quest. So that was kind of a buggy thing. But like the title of the show is, I'm having fun killing things, and I can't wait to get this Nightfalling thing. I think by next week, what do you think? I should have it all done?
If you just continue to, or if you research what quests you have to do, and you continuously do quests, the story quests,
right,
which you need to do,
right,
regardless. You have to do them.
Right.
Yeah, there's a couple quests in a chain that are worth like 6,000 rep.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the other thing I've been doing. Oh my gosh, I've been doing archaeologist.
Nice.
Great XP,
Yes.
And yeah, I guess.
And the good thing with archaeology is it's independent from what zone you do it in.
Right.
So you can, as a level 20, theoretically, you can go to a max level zone and do it. You wouldn't survive, but
right, you might die a lot, but you can still do it.
But that would work, and vice versa. You can go to a low level 20 zone
and still
as a 119 and get experience from doing the digging.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. And I've done some pet battles, and that's been fun too. And that's been my week. Having fun in WoW.
Very nice.
I find it very, very easy to be true. Am allerschönsten war es doch zu Haus, und doch zog mich einst in die Welt hinaus. Und in der Ferne suchte ich mein Glück. Wer kennt den Weg zurück?
And now it's time for add-on spotlight and a whole bunch of other things with Grand Nagus. Grand Nagus, what do you have for us this week?
What do I have this week? I have basically a almost achievement.
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate enough to finally go into Mogoshan Vaults. That's not a big thing. You can go in there anytime, anywhere, any day.
Right.
And you can fight Elegon any day, any time of the year if you want to. But you have to convince him, stab him a certain way and twist the knife and do all the nice things for him to drop that elusive mount.
Yes.
reigns of the astral cloud serpent. And apparently my knife twisting and turning and stabbing was exactly right. Because
I finally met someone who has the mouth.
Yeah, he was. he was kind enough to, with his dying breath, so to speak, since he has that strange, that breath mechanic.
Glow in the dark.
He was, with his dying breath, he dropped that reins of the astral cloud serpent in the.
Oh, congrats!
In the box, yeah.
Oh.
So, and that makes mount number 299 a reality for me.
Awesome.
So I just need one more mount, and if I'm lucky, I get another drop before that, like the wheel tomorrow, or the spider mount or whatnot, the drop. If I'm not that lucky, the day after tomorrow, I will get the spider mount. I can't remember what the name is. From
Bloodfang Window. Bloodfang Window.
No. The mechano spider.
Oh.
The one that you do a 12-step quest chain for. I think that's what it is. You go to that one quest giver and help him out with some research. And you only do one quest a day. And then once that quest is done, he tells you, come back tomorrow and I might have some more stuff that I might need your help with. So you go there day after day after day and do that one quest. And at the end, the last quest he gives you, you do that and you get that mount that you slowly but surely build. You see that behind you while it's being built and being tested and being done. And then eventually you get that thing. So that's happening. I just finished the third to last quest. So tomorrow it's going to be the second to last on Tuesday, and on Wednesday is going to be the last one for the mount then at the end. And that will make it 300 for me, so I can get the mount quest achievement reward thingy done. Beyond that, I started a Sindorai Hunter Green Man toon.
Wow.
Last week. She is going to be my streaming project, Green Man. So,
now, what is Green Man?
Excuse me?
Green Man is like Tin Man, but you can wear...
No, Green Man is like Iron Man.
Iron Man, but you can wear green clothing.
You can wear green gear.
Okay.
Instead of only wearing white and gray gear. So it's basically the only difference, if I'm remembering correctly. So she is going to be leveled exclusively on the stream.
Oh, that's interesting.
And should she bite the dust eventually, she will be leveled regardless as a normal toon, because she will be my first Sindorai max level character. And I need her to get that's my main reason for doing it, for getting the heritage armor. I would like that to, and to see the story behind the Sindorai and the Blood Elves. and I thought, yep, I might as well create one and do that and get it over with. I've never had one before, and we know that Rishna was I think that was his only kind of tunes he had, with like Sindorai Hunters.
Right.
So so
That'd be nice. Oh my God.
That is what I'm doing so
Get away.
far.
These
I've
people won't
played-
stop fighting me. I'm trying to earth.
No, don't kill me. I need to keep my Wii buff.
Right.
So far, I've played through the entirety of Eversong Forest,
Oh wow.
and all of
We all say, "Oh wow," because we've all quit so many times. At some point,
Knuckle
you're
Root.
just, I'm done.
Knuckle
I'm
Root
gone.
didn't get you.
and all of Ghostlands up until the quests to go into Deathholm, because those I'm not going to touch them with a 10-foot pole. That's not going to happen. At least not until my tune is 60 plus, where I outscale
Right.
those. I might go back and do it for I don't know what sake, to get the appearances. If there are any, I still don't have. I haven't checked really, because and for obvious reasons, it's called Deathholm.
Right. It's right in the title.
Yeah. It's not called like we have a great party of life home.
Right.
That's not.
Let's have fun home.
Deathholm. For a reason. So many people have died in there, myself included, more than once. So yeah. And I'm down to one item to complete the 25-man Nax transmog set for the rogues. The hero's bone scythe battle gear, from which I only need the wrist piece now. And I can't remember if it's dropped from Maxnar or from Patchwork. One of the two. Those two I killed over and over on all my, I think, 3 or 4 near max rogues I have. And one of them dropped the belt that I needed besides the wrist pieces. And so the wrist is the last that I need. I just can't remember which one. It's all a blur. It's all like Maxnar, Patchwork, Maxnar. It's like back and forth, and oh, it dropped, and back and forth. So yeah, it was. I think it's Maxnar, but I'm not 100% sure. So, with regards to the add-on spotlight today, I would quickly want to go over something that has to do with our favorite add-on, ATT, all the things. If you have your all the things set up, or if you haven't set it up, just base, install, and start. It's going to be including all the things. That's what it's there for. If there is something that you want to exclude, you should go into the to the filters and turn off stuff like legacy items that you can't obtain anymore, hence legacy. Stuff that is unobtainable for other reasons. Like, for instance, holiday items. You don't want to have all the holiday items be showing constantly unless you have a condition that I don't want to go into all that much because this is a family-friendly show.
Right,
so,
right.
We don't want to go there.
Right.
So make it easy on yourself, even if you are a completionist. You don't need to see all the things that you cannot obtain. It's only going to hurt you. We all know that. So recently I've seen a window pop up that gives you, and I'm reading this from the tooltip, it says, this list contains unobtainable items that the ATT Discord has reported as bugs that Blizzard has yet to fix. So that's how good and up-to-date ATT is. Note, all filters are ignored with this list for visibility. Only items removed from the game due to negligence rather than a gigantic fire-breathing dragon are present on this list. To Blizzard devs, please fix the items and encounters listed below. And then they list 5 items and encounters. One is Gruul, one is the chess event in Karazhan, one is, there were I think 2 in Blackrock Depth, and 1 in Halls of Stone. So if you are searching for specific drops from there, you might be out of luck. Go and check that special window without clicking it off. Don't disregard it. If you are a completionist and you would like to find some stuff from Gruul's Lair, Karazhan, Blackrock Depth, or Halls of Stone, be sure to check that little special window. They created a special window for ATT to pop up when you log in to make you aware of that. So it's really, really great to see how dedicated the developers of ATT are. So again, make it easy on yourself. Don't have all the things show that you don't necessarily want to have shown all the time. You can activate them once a certain holiday comes around. You don't have to look at the entry for the Love Rocket for like
11 months.
For 52 weeks, if it's only obtainable for 1 week, and the other 51 weeks you just are painfully, very, very painfully reminded that you still don't have it. If that is the case, so just a little heads up, people. Make it easy on yourself. And that's been it for me for this week.
All right.
Awesome.
It sounds like a really good add-on.
I guess it's time for email now.
Emails, folks?
Email, email,
La data. You've got mail. Who's next? I'm addicted to you, baby.
Lovely little email. Alright, and Kyle writes, "Hello everyone, I nearly forgot to send this in. Thankfully, the Twitch notification reminded me. Thanks, Twitch. Nothing too new this week. I did some World Quests to gain reputation for the new factions in order to eventually unlock flying. Welcome to my world. I also did some more leveling on my Alliance tune so that I can earn that achievement and mount for having 120s on each faction. Oh, I should go level my my priest. There was also this game called Mario Maker 2 that came out last week, so that has taken up a lot of my time as well." I know how you feel. A bunch of my friends have started playing that Harry Potter game, and
okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad because they were the friends that used to play my Pokemon, and now they're playing Harry Potter. Oh wow!
I recently restarted playing Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh really?
Yeah, I watched Terwinkle play it over the last few weeks from time to time, and I initially bought the game before it became free to play. But then, for some reason, the porting of my account didn't work. I lost the legacy status or whatnot, however you call it. But regardless, I never really found that niche for me. It wasn't really that for me that I said I can continue playing it, and it was just I couldn't find the right class, the right play style, that special something. I couldn't find that.
I know that when me and Vrishna and I were playing, the biggest problem is a lot of it started to feel like WoW. And we thought, well, if we're playing a game that feels like WoW, we might as well play with what we already have established.
Yeah, but no, that's not it. Because I like the fact that there are stories, like class stories. Each class has its own special, unique story that takes you through almost the entire leveling process.
Right.
And but I never could figure out what class was fun for me to play in the way that SWTOR plays. And then I saw, like 2 weeks ago or so, I saw Terwinkle play the Jedi, what is it called? Counselor? I think, yeah. And I thought, that looks interesting. And the story was appealing. The gameplay was good. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna, since it's free to play anyway, you can just download it and log in and try it. And I thought, yeah, that looks good, and it's a good story. It's good gameplay. I really like that. So I'm determined almost to give at least that class a chance to play that game from time to time, not continuously, of course, because I still prefer to play WoW over any game. But sometimes, like a couple of hours here or there, and there are still things that I wish that would be different more like WoW, but then again, I have to remind me that it's a different game. It's not supposed to be like other games because that's why you play it.
Right.
Oh, so there is that difference that makes it unique and makes it worthwhile. So I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm already enjoying it quite a bit. So yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, no worries. And Kyle says this week's Blast from the Past is from episode 377. All right, let's listen to Kyle's Blast from the Past.
So I took off, I got the stuff that I needed in the area of Dunmorrow, and I was heading down over to Duskwood. So as I was flying over Duskwood, again, the beautiful moon that it is, I just come from Duskwood into Deadwind Pass, and I just happened to look at the screen at that moment, and again this dusky moonlight, all of gray, it's got this beautiful gray, and it looks so pretty. So I had to take another screenshot, and that's what I've thrown in. But I was thinking one of the things that, and I know we've touched on this before, but how gorgeous is this game? I'm sorry, but 10 years later, I'm still here playing this game, and there are still things that completely take my breath away when I'm exploring, when I'm just doing something completely and utterly silly, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, how gorgeous is the colors, just how it all looks. And I was going to say that if you guys have got something, a screenshot of something that's still, some scenery, please send it in and tell us about it, because it's one of the things I love. I love when people capture a screenshot of something that either means something to them, or a scenery that it can take you, it can just take you back to, oh my gosh, I remember the first time I hit Duskwood, and the first time I flew. Do you remember what it was like?
Yeah.
The first time we got the flying mounts, and we could take off and fly over the top of the hills and the ranges, and be able to look down on the trees, and how utterly special that feeling was. Just because I don't have enough to do in game, I decided to make a new tune. So I've put her on my second account, and she's a little orc shaman. And yes, her name is Lita. I know. How did you guess?
I know.
It's just completely crazy. But yeah, so I've started leveling her, and she's only level 9 at the moment. But it was fun. It's been quite some time since I've gone through the starting zone of an orc. Oh. And it was good fun. Yeah. And I got to raise a hill, and I'm like, hey, there's Vol'jin and Bane. So I had to take a screenshot of my little shaman hanging out with the big
kids,
big horde bosses. So it's a little bit fun. I don't think I've ever got a shaman past about level 20, 22 maybe. So I'm determined that we will hopefully do a bit better than that. But I'm not too worried. It's just sometimes you just don't want to keep doing all the late 80s and 90s stuff. Sometimes you just feel like going back to the really low, the low areas. I don't know if you guys find that, but every now and
I
again,
get nostalgia for it, and and there are things,
I just felt like that today.
There are things you can do and ways you can play that you didn't realize when you first came through. So it's kind of interesting.
And I mean, because it's everything that's changed, you know, with what's happened with Orgrimmar and in Razor Hill and in Durotar and Barrens. Of course, that's all completely different to when I was first there, back in vanilla. But it's you know, it's a bit of fun. So it's nice to start leveling another little lobby. And
you don't get to
so we'll
wake up
see how it goes.
The peons anymore. You don't get to wake up the peons anymore, do you?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you still do that one? Oh, okay, good.
I still get to do that. So I went over and I went smack.
Yeah.
And I actually was thinking that was Jeremy Faisal and Hulan. So I kind of took a bit of anger out. Yeah. So, yeah, job's done.
I got to Dalinar really easily. I remember it being really hard. I mean, either I've gotten really good or they nerfed it because it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard to go and get the flame. I died a couple of times, and they do send you all the way back to Dalinar every time you die. And then I got on the boat and went to Tedrasol and ended up going into Exodore and dying a few times. But I got there and I got the flame, and then I heard, yeah, it was really easy. I just remember that once you got in, all of a sudden there were a whole bunch of guards everywhere. You know, after the first time you go in and you die and you come back, but it didn't seem to be that way this time. And I was using. While I'm dual boxing, I was using the two different corpses to help me remember where to go. Like I would run and find the flame and then mark it in my mind and then run back close enough to group res my other tune, and we would run and...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it was so... I mean, yes, I must have died about 5 or 6 times. But I remember dying... like much more. Yeah. And,
5 or 6 is nothing.
Right. And doing it with, other people who had to help you, and you still died. And I mean, and I remember coming back to my body, taking the flame and having enough time to hearth, and nobody came. So I don't know. Well, they're probably all sick from radiation poisoning or something that's giving off on those rocks there. But here's the really sad thing. When I got back, I couldn't turn in the flames because they were the same ones from last year. And I've already done this quest. Well, only on one tune. I hadn't done it on Orc. So on Tia, I have them in my... Well, I'm going to go put it in my bank for next year.
Oh my goodness. Just remember next year now, okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'll go somewhere else. I can still do the other two,
My favorite Pumpsville moment was when a tank pulled one group of trash, but then ran kicking and screaming to a second group of trash and promptly died due to running out of range of all the healers. Well, he got what he deserved then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Clogalis has been running Siege of Orgrimmar on normal with the help of the OQ add-on and was lucky enough to win a new pair of boots using the bonus roll, which means this item is classed as Warforged and has an item level of 559 rather than
myself laughing, I think.
Ah, okay.
It's either that or Philadelphia Mixing Solution Limited. Or Pittsburgh's Master Soccer League.
That's it.
Or pressure at mean sea level. Okay, that's
Cloggy just put it in
it's
in the chat room.
Laughing.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad that's cleared up. I thought maybe he was in Pittsburgh. Let's see. But then, while I was out and about with her, I saw this awesome tune with the member of the guild, the alts, who say "me."
That's so
that was
cool.
just awesome on multiple levels.
Nice.
The alts that say "knee." I love that. Oh yes, and I feel kind of bad. Well, actually, no, I did try at one point to get to Tetrisol, but I couldn't get anywhere near because I kept getting fatigue. And I remember back in the day we used to take the boat from Darkshore to the Azure Mist of the Isle where Exodor was. But you can't do that anymore because the boat doesn't stop there since the damage, right?
Yeah.
Well, if anybody did manage to get over there and get the flame, let me know how you did it. And I will put that away for next year. Did you guys try to get any flames?
No.
My biggest memory was also of doing Ironforge and hiding in one little shop and running over to get the flame and then hiding again.
Yeah, it's very easy to get over there. What you do is on the fly, you basically have to have epic flying, and that's
the key.
If you don't have epic flying, at least 280 speed flying, you'll die from
fatigue.
From fatigue.
Right.
Do you have 280 flying? Not an issue. Just choose the shortest route, and you'll be good.
Yeah. So next year, I'm definitely going to try it.
If you're over there, you can fly to the portal. There are portals there now that will take you to Stormwind and to Azure Mist Isle to Exodar.
And Horde can use them?
Horde can use at least the one to Exodar. They're supposed to, because otherwise there is no way to get there.
Right, gotcha.
Right.
Because there isn't a ship anymore.
Right.
The one to Stormwind, I'm not sure. But
And I remember going through the whole thing of dying under the boat, getting on the boat, hiding from the guards, jumping off the boat before you got to the dock because the guards would attack you.
if you were able to fly, what you could do was just hide, quote unquote, on the mast, on the top of the mast.
Yeah.
Because none of the guards would aggro you there, and were you to be aggroed, then of course you would be dead. But still, normally you would just fly up there and take the ride, much as when you take the Zep now as an alliance. Just fly on top of the Zep and stay there and fly with it. Perfect. No problem.
Right, yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Kyle. That was a nice flashback. Good to hear from Rogue Slayer and Lita. And remember those old times. All right, well, now's the time I get to play this.
We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? Apocalypse. We've all been there. The same old boss. Why should we care?
We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? There's nothing that we can't face.
Except for blaze. And now it's time for the Clan of Darknesses And Ctrl Alt WoW on Rimrest Accord and Nevercliff update. So how are we doing in game?
I want to congratulate Skygreen on Winterhoof. I'm sort of afraid that it's this different Skygreen that's get level 10 and 20. Okay. So I don't know if at a dire end or whatnot.
Or maybe it was a Green Man tune who died.
Possibly. And we also have Green Aside at level 40. And we need a song for Green Aside.
Funny how time flies when you're having fun. Congratulations.
They have reached the amazing and awesome achievement of being exalted with Ctrl Alt WoW on Winterhoof and Clans of Darknesses. Yay.
Yay.
So, congratulations. That's a lot of questing. And,
that is.
I don't know. I probably don't wear a tabard either. So, that's all hard leveling from the green perspective.
Yep. Wow. Greens cannot wear tabards.
Tabards, no. Wow. That's amazing.
So that's awesome.
Good job.
Just after level 40, I guess they dinged Exalted. So fantastic. And we want to congratulate all the other people who are leveling their reputations on Mechagon and Najatar. It's fairly quiet on the other guilds, so I'm guessing everyone's loving the patch.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. All right. Good job, everybody. Good job, Blizzard. Everything looks good. I'm having fun. You're having fun. Everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember, Ctrl Alt WoW is for the people who want to play the game they want to play, the way they want to play.
Exactly. It's your $15.
It's your $15 times however. Oh, did we talk about the new talent points available on PvP? I guess we'll talk about that next week. Is this something new, or is this because no, it's not, because she's 113. All of a sudden I have all these PvP.
That's because of the war mode. That's the war mode.
Right.
You just open your
doing your quest something.
Oh, okay. And I opened it up on both tunes, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, your talents, if you have the big one up top and then the three smaller ones.
Right.
And then the war mode indicator where you have the indicator at the top right corner. It tells you how much bonus you get. And then you have the little button that you can activate and deactivate it. Yep.
Cool beans. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, chat room. And thank you, Kyle, for always coming through. You are the best.
Thank you very much, Kyle.
Thank you.
This is the Brilliant for the Horde.
This is Constrax for Mechagon.
And this has been Grand Negus Roll of Acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Hopefully I'll get this out tonight, and we'll be recording next Monday.
Right.
Same time. Same bat channel, same bat station.
Bye, Twitch.